So, tomorrow is a pretty special day, the start of the Tour de France 2024. Finally, Pogacar, Vingegaard, Remco and Roglic are all four at the same race, the biggest race in the world, to fight for the victory. And for that occasion, I opened up Pro Cycling Manager 2024 to play through the race myself. When it comes to the parkour, we are starting off in Italy for two explosive stages, starting off in Firenze to Rimini for stage 1, 6 medium mountains on that route, and stage 2 is quite renowned for the last two climbs, which is the Bologna-San Luca climb from Giro dell'Emilia. So basically the GC fight is already on from day 1. We've also got our first mountain stage in week 1 from Pinerolo to Valloire with the Col du Galibier, a famous climb, 18 kilometers, 6.1% and a descent finish. And on stage 7 we have the first of two time trials, 25 kilometers, not completely flat, a hill in the middle. Stage 9 is the first proper obstacle in week 2, a gravel stage, and it's got like 30 kilometers of gravel, so will be quite entertaining. Now stage 11 might look like just a generic breakaway stage, but GC will be active here because Pinerolo 8.2% for 5 kilometers up to 15%, the third last climb of the day. There's gonna be explosions on that. And the major mountains are back at the end of week 2 with the Col du Tourmalet as one of the climbs, finishing on Pladare, which is actually a harder climb than it looks. Followed by another massive stage, 200 kilometers with loads of climbs, finishing on the famous Plateau de Bay, 16 kilometers, 7.7%. But the last three stages in this Tour de France will be extremely entertaining. Stage 19, Embrun to Isola 2000, three major climbs, starting off with Col de Var, 20 kilometers at 5%, Cime de la Bonnette, the ceiling of this race, 23 kilometers at 7% up to 2,800 altitude meters. That is very high. Finishing on Isola 2000, 17 kilometers at 7%. So that's a very difficult stage. And stage 20 is not much easier. Four major climbs, the last three of which are 21, 17, and the last one 15 kilometers long, the Col de la Couillole, 7.6% average. And pretty unique to this Tour de France, we're not finishing on the Champs-Élysées in Paris, we are finishing in Nice with a 34.5 hilly time trial. Actually, with a climb of 7.7 kilometers at 6%, this is a medium mountain time trial, so GC territory. So in the end, what looks to be a pretty spectacular parkour, but what team will I be playing with? Obviously, Tadej Pogacar at UAE Team Emirates has plenty of mountain domestiques like Adam Yates, Almeida, Ayuso, a bit too strong of a team to ride with. So is Visma because they have Jonas Vingegaard, Wout van Aert, Matteo Jorgensen, and so forth. Meanwhile, Primoz Roglic has Hindley and Vlasov in the mountains, and Remco has Landa and Van Wilder, so some proper mountain support, but not an out-there sprinter in their team. And on the other side of the spectrum, Alpecin de Koning has the best sprinter, but no real mountain riders. So I really wanted to select a team that has both that GC option, but also a proper sprinter besides him. So I decided to go with Jaco Alula. Obviously, Simon Yates is our GC rider, 80 mountain stats, 74 time trials, so we can work with that. And Chris Harper will be our main mountain domestique in this race. And I think our second mountain domestique will be Jules Jensen. Meanwhile, Bling, Michael Matthews, is our option for the more versatile sprint stages, or maybe, if he can get over stage 1 and 2, an option for those stages. The rest of the team will be focused on this man, Dylan Groenewegen, 80 sprints, 79 acceleration, one of the better sprinters at this year's Tour de France. When it comes to our last man in the lead-out, we could choose between Matthews and Mezgec. In real life, it's probably going to be Mezgec with in front of him Elmar Reinders and Luke Durbridge. So a pretty two-sided team. On one end, the GC with Simon Yates, and on the other hand, the sprints with Dylan Groenewegen. So yeah, let's get started with our 2024 Tour de France with Jaco Alula. Stage 1, Firenze to Rimini, 6 medium mountains, 4 of which are in the second half of this race, and the hardest ones are the Côte de Barbotto and also the Côte de San Leo, so the fourth and third last climb in the race. Our main focus will be protecting that GC of Simon Yates, but if I can get Michael Matthews over these climbs, we might have a chance in the sprint at the end. But on paper, the favorite for this stage is Tadej Pogacar ahead of Primoz Roglic and Wout van Aert. So the TDF 2024 is about to begin. We've got a +3 on Simon Yates, so I'm not complaining about that. That is 84 medium mountain on the day, so that is perfection. Dylan Groenewegen with a +1, not going to be useful today, I think. Michael Matthews with a 0 day, so that is 75 medium mountain, 79 hill stat. That should be okay to get over the stage, to be honest, depending on how aggressively these first two of the last 4 climbs will be ridden. I'll be honest, I am surprised that the break is only 3 riders, Hugo Page of Intermarché, Kees Bol of Astana, and Christian Rodriguez of Arkea. In the peloton I had put Luke Durbridge to relay as well to help control the breakaway, but with such an easy control breakaway, I'm just not going to do that. We're now halfway to race, 90 kilometers to go. The next 4 obstacles will be these last 4 medium mountains, the first 2 of which are the steepest. I'm going to try and keep myself in position, get myself over that, don't do anything too crazy, and I think that's our plan. So the peloton is stopping the Col de Barbotto, the first of these 4 climbs, and the group is still basically intact outside of one rider, which is Adam Yates? What is Adam Yates doing off the back? This makes no sense. Anyway, Simon Yates is still doing great. We've got polar pacing with Adam Yates off the back, very logical. Breakaway is 5 minutes up the road, so everything's looking good. We're now on the 3rd last climb, the Côte de San Leo with the breakaway. This one is also pretty hard, 5 kilometers, 7.5%. Rodriguez will probably eventually drop Bol and Page, but it's a 3 minutes gap to the peloton, so the break ain't winning this, and let's hope that Matthews is our rider that will. We're now going over the top of the 2nd last climb. We've got Buitrago leading the pack, and I'm kind of not in position with, well, I'm in an okay position with Yates. I'm quite happy with this. We've got Reinders and Jules Jensen off the back. We don't necessarily need them anymore. Groenewegen is actually still in the peloton. Gaps might open in this ascent, but can I win this stage with Groenewegen? Is that impossible? If it's not impossible, it should be. Anyway, last climb, Côte de Saint-Martin, 6.9 kilometers, 5%. Laporte doing a lead out, Costa, Lampard, Sivakal, Vingegaard already in position, so I have to watch out. I do expect an attack here. Case Bol about to be caught. Hugo Page not much further ahead. We've got Christian Rodriguez with a gap of 2 minutes 30 on this group, but it's all about trying to get Matthews over this climb. Groenewegen? Nah, I don't see it. I don't don't expect it to happen, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get him there. Harper now, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Last 1.5 kilometers towards the top. We've got Sivakov still pacing behind that breakaway. Tish Benoit looking kind of tired, but also doing some work. Let's keep going. 25k to go, topping that final climb. Attacked by Mathieu van der Poel on the left side, but my dude, you're attacking in the descent. That's not too clever. Groenewegen, I need to find a way to get him back to that group because we're actually in a running with Groenewegen to potentially compete for the stage if we can get him back to that group. And Harper needs to stop pacing then because that's the only way we can actually get him back in this group. Come on, Durbridge, come on, Durbridge, come on, Durbridge. Now the last jump for Groenewegen himself, and he's back in the group. Oh my god, Dylan Groenewegen is competitive for stage 1 of the Tour de France on PCM 2024 right now, and I think I can do this. 9 kilometers to go. Attack on the right by Mathieu van der Poel. We've got Evenepoel responding. We have to close that down with Chris Harper. Come on, my friend. This is your job right now. Make every possible attack controlled. Groenewegen in that wheel, looking decent, but every single one of my riders without water. So typical, but hey, we'll have to do without it. Last 3 kilometers, lead out by Yates. Everybody else has been caught. Matthews, come on, my friend. You're in front of Groenewegen. You can do the lead out here. 2 kilometers to go. It's time for Matthews to go. We've got Groenewegen in the wheel. 1 kilometer to go. Let's launch. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. Dylan comes around. Dylan comes around. Van Aert, Van Gils, Dylan Groenewegen. Dylan Groenewegen with a +1. Not going to be useful today, I think. Dylan Groenewegen, and he does it. He wins stage 1 of the Tour de France. This makes no sense, but I'll accept it. Ahead of Wout van Aert and Maxime van Gils, Simon Yates in the group, so absolute perfection. Groenewegen on the podium, this is bloody amazing. I don't know if it's the temperature or my stress for this, but I'm sweating like a cow. And of course, with the first stage win comes the first maillot jaune on the shoulders of Dylan Groenewegen. This is insane, honestly. Now let's be honest, there is no way in hell that Dylan Groenewegen wins stage 1 of the Tour de France in real life because he'd have to be a super climby sprinty boy for that to happen. But we've got a bit of a problem. 8 seconds is a gap from rider 7 to rider 8, so Bilbao, Pogacar, Pidcock and Almeida, they all gained time on Simon Yates, 8 seconds, so that's not perfect, but I want to see, we've got, where's Adam Yates? Where is Adam Yates? He finished on 15 minutes 32. Ouch, my friend. That's not good for UAE. Also, Jai Hindley 439 down, Egan Bernal 253 down, Buitrago losing 109, Jorgensen losing 36 seconds, Ayuso losing 20 seconds. That's all good for Simon Yates. Anyway, straight on to stage 2 then. We've got twice the famous San Luca climb from Giro dell'Emilia in Bologna in the last 45 kilometers. We've got Michael Matthews with a chance on the stage, but Wout van Aert and Pogacar as the favorites. our focus, as always, on Simon Yates, on Michael Matthews, and who knows, maybe on Dylan Groenewegen. There he is, Dylan Groenewegen in the yellow jersey at the front of the peloton, starting stage 2 of the Tour de France, and he looks glorious. By the way, obviously Simon Yates is our GC rider in this team. What is our most realistic placing in GC to hunt for? Is it top 5? Is it podium? I think top 5 is the most realistic, but I'd like to set my goal for the series on top 3, but what do you think? With about 31 kilometers to go, the breakaway has been caught. Mezgec at the front, setting a relatively easy tempo, because who knows, maybe I'll get Dylan over these climbs as well. In between the two San Lucas, we've got a move by David Gaudu. That's a bit of a useless move on the flat before the final climb, so not very intelligent. Laurens de Plus doing the same exact thing, or I don't know what that was. De Klerk also moving up, and then closing Gaudu. Is that what he's doing? I think that is indeed what he's doing. Jules Jensen now on to 90 before that Côte de San Luca. There we go. We've got our train at the front, Groenewegen at the back, Matthews in front of that, Yates in front of that. That is the train we want to get up this climb as safely as possible. Let's hope there's not too many attacks, because then we might get Groenewegen over this climb, but our main focus is Matthews and Simon Yates. Vlasov on the right, going a bit faster than my train. Dylan having trouble, so we'll have to drop it towards 75 maybe. Let's see if that goes. Vlasov attacking 85. I gotta control that. Carapaz responding. Ciccone responding. Evenepoel responding. Let's do 95. Dylan is still in the wheel. Only Vlasov off the front, so that is perfect. Groenewegen might compete again. Vlasov has been caught last 6 kilometers. Full lead out once again for Dylan, but not too much yellow bars, so I'm a tiny bit worried, if I have to be honest, so let's hope Dylan survives here. Let's go for Simon Yates pretty soon. A move by Jai Hindley. Let's go 99 with Simon Yates right now. Dylan, come on. You don't have the yellow bar, do you? That's not great. Let's go with Michael Matthews. Right now, we gotta go for Dylan. We gotta go for Dylan. Come on, come on, come on. Dylan Groenewegen launches a sprint. We've got Mathieu van der Poel up front. Groenewegen tries to come around. Nah, he's gonna run out of energy. We should have gone for Michael Matthews. We flopped it. Mathieu van der Poel wins. We've got Pidcock coming second, but Simon Yates finishes in the group, so I'm okay with it. Yeah, I got too greedy. I thought after the last stage, let's try to do the exact same thing again. And we came really close to doing it, but in reality, the yellow bar of Groenewegen was shouting, no, we can't do it, and I didn't listen. So that's my own fault. When it comes to GC, we are still first, and we also did not lose any time with Simon Yates, I'm pretty sure. Nope, so that's pretty good. But once again, Juan Ayuso bleeding time, 33 seconds down. Geraint Thomas losing 156 today. And Joao Almeida losing 413 as well, so the UAE co-leaders aren't looking that great. Egan Bernal, 458 down as well. Jorgensen, 542, it just keeps going. But now it's time for a stage that on paper does fit Dylan Groenewegen as the 4th favorite on the stage. Jasper Philipsen, the major favorite, then Wout van Aert somehow, Mes Pedersen, and then Dylan Groenewegen. So 229 kilometers, way too bloody long, but let's get to the sprint. Now, the first 90% of a sprint stage isn't actually that exciting, which makes it a perfect time for an afternoon nap, and that's where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Manta Sleep. They make the world's best sleep mask, adjustable to fit everyone, made of soft and breathable material. And honestly, what makes them super comfortable is these eye cups. Absolutely zero pressure on your eyes or your eyelids. And most importantly, they block out any light. With my 2 studio lights aimed at my face, I can't see absolutely nothing right now. I also own their Pro Sleep mask, but my favorite is this one, the Sound Sleep mask, because it's got ultra-thin speakers built in, which allows me to listen to my favorite cycling podcasts as I fall asleep. Anyway, if you want to get your own Manta Sleep mask, you can get 10% off through the link in the description or via the code BENJI10. Go check out Manta Sleep. 8.5 kilometers to go, we've got our lead-out train. Groenewegen at the back, Matthews, Mezgec, Reinders, and at the front we've got Durbridge doing the work. We're going 99 already with Reinders, that's too early, so let's do 95. Energy shells on almost everyone, so that's going right. Our position is good, but we might lose it if we don't keep going right now. So let's do 99 again. Mezgec is ready at 4.899. I think I'm going too early. Let's go 95. 99 again. It's a bit uphill here, so Groenewegen still in an okay position, kind of getting blocked by Warensold. We've got Matthews with 2.5 kilometers to go right now. Mezgec out of the way. Groenewegen, come on. Forgot your energy gel. Still a good position. Still a good position. You launch your sprint right now. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. Not looking great. We're trying to come through. We're trying to come through. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Dylan. We got blocked there by Jakobsen, right? No? Godon wins? How does Dorian Godon win a sprint? Against Wout van Aert, Jasper Philipsen, Dylan Groenewegen finishing 15th in the end. This makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, at least I'm not the only top sprinter that bottled it today, but 15th, that's a pretty horrible result. Still in the yellow jersey though. I think I'll be able to keep this until the Galibier stage. Fuck, I forgot that the next stage is the Galibier stage, so we are losing the jersey. But anyway, Tadej Pogačar is the favorite. Our focus on this one is Simon Yates. Here we go, the first mountain stage. Dylan starting at the front, Harper as well. We can go in the break maybe with Harper as a bit of a satellite rider, together with tug buddy Groenewegen. Let's see if that works. Where's Harper? There we go. Groenewegen, wait my friend, wait. And now go together with Harper. There we go. That is perfect. And now Groenewegen can pace while Harper just sits in the wheel. That's our plan. 7-man breakaway, including Vlasov and Adam Yates? How? How are they in the breakaway? Plenty of other riders joining, including Jai Hindley. What is Bora doing? This is crazy. And in the peloton behind, nobody cares. So yeah, the break is now 21 riders. We've got 2 riders in there. Groenewegen, Harper as expected, but also Vlasov, Hindley, Adam Yates, Mohoric, Haig, and so forth. So quite a very strong breakaway. Okay, 50 kilometers left to go. Time for a bit of an update. Christian Rodriguez, Jack Haig, Adam Yates, and Warren Barguil in the front group. No Chris Harper. He's on 2 minutes 40 in a chasing group together with the 2 Bora boys, Hindley and Vlasov, Zimmerman and Martin. I think Lutsenko somewhere in between. Yes, he is. So we're not too far behind. To be honest, the plan was for Harper to be in the breakaway so that we could attack towards him. But Harper will be out of energy and caught by the peloton by the time anything is possible in the peloton to begin with. So I'm just going to pull him back to the peloton. I'm going to use him as a regular domestique. This was a useless breakaway attempt. Roughly 6 kilometers to go towards the top of the climb, and I've gone with my usual strategy of setting my own tempo with Simon Yates, because otherwise we will get dropped. So I'm going on 78, 79, Vlasov, this entire group that was in the breakaway with me, all caught as well. So pulling Harper back, seemingly the good choice. Now he needs to protect Simon Yates though. Durbridge ready to protect as well, because he's also out of energy. Jul Jensen, last man standing when it comes to domestiques. Domestiques haven't been looking too great on this mountain stage, I'll tell you that. 4 kilometers towards the top, and our energy is looking good. We have moves though. We've got attacks with Vingegaard, Pogačar, Evenepoel, Carapaz, Mas, Roglic. We're going to try and gradually move towards them now, because I think we can. Here we go. Simon Yates is catching up with those riders. Perfect. Anyone else off the front? Carapaz is done for. Adam Yates still off the front. That is the boy that was in the break to begin with. And we're going to try and hammer it towards the top right now. Let's see if anyone can follow. Pogačar in my wheel. Let's see if we can go over the top together with Pogačar. Simon Yates and Pogačar off the front. Let's try and keep going. Come on. Hopefully we can catch up with Adam Yates. And then Adam Yates can pace for Pogačar. That's kind of the dream idea right now. The last 9K is all downhill. So we just got to keep going together with Pogačar here. We got a gap of 20 seconds on the others. Let's try and keep it that way. Come on. How did they catch up with me? I do not understand. How did they manage to do that? Simon Yates trying to sprint for a podium spot here. It is Adam Yates winning, and in the peloton we've got not us. That's not good. Bilbao winning the sprint, and we're finishing in the GC group. So that is arguably quite disappointing after attack on top of the Galibier. 11th isn't too bad. We are with the GC riders. We didn't lose any time to important riders, but I kind of expected more, because let's be honest, on that Galibier, I was riding away with Pogačar and the gap just vanished in the descent. Groenewegen has lost his yellow jersey to Tadej Pogačar. We're now 9th in that classification on 12 seconds together with Remco, Mas, Rodriguez, Vingegaard, Carapaz and Primož. Bilbao on the same time as Pogačar. We'll finish off today's video with another sprint stage. Stage 5, completely flat basically. Groenewegen full favorite, Jasper Philipsen the big favorite. So far, I haven't spent too much time on the points classification yet. Van Aert on 67 points, we are on 47 in 4th place. In about 10 kilometers, there is an intermediate sprint, and there's 4 riders in the breakaway, so there's 12 points still to get. So I'm trying to get Jul Jensen to position Groenewegen somewhat okay for that sprint so that we can grab those 12 points from the peloton. 2.5 kilometers to go. Mez gets leading out Groenewegen as we speak. We can start our sprint in a bit. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Right now, Jacobsen has a jump on us. Philipsen on the right. Can we get past a few people? We cannot. Oh, damn it. We don't get many points there, I'm afraid. But I'm pretty sure neither did Wout van Aert, so that's a positive. On today's stage, Matthews will be my lead out because Mezgec has a -2 and is kind of spent from the intermediate sprint, so that's why the change in order has happened. But I am looking good with 12 kilometers to go. Let's hope I still look good with 5 kilometers to go. Honestly, looking pretty okay. Matthews in the wheel of Reinders and Groenewegen in the wheel of Matthews. So that's with 3.5 kilometers to go now. Matthews will have to go pretty soon. Let's do right now. Reinders out of the way. There we go. Groenewegen in the wheel of Matthews. We've got Gibbons going on the right for his sprinter. That is Pedersen. We're going to launch with Groenewegen as we speak in this corner. There we go. A bit earlier than usual, but maybe it works out. Groenewegen through the middle. Nah. We're going to be spent. Yes, Philipsen wins, and we're going to be finishing 10th? Yes, we've got a top 10. That's a victory. On a serious note, 10th is not a good result, but it's better than last time, so we gotta be happy with the little things. Jasper Philipsen is now the leader in the points classification with a gap of 34 points on Groenewegen. But more importantly, after 5 stages, Tadej Pogacar is already in the lead of this Tour de France. Same time as Pello Bilbao, Simon Yates 9th on 12 seconds. I'd argue that's a pretty good start to the Tour de France for us because there's so many co-leaders on all these teams like UAE Team Emirates and Visma Lease Bike and Bora Hansgrohe that have just disappeared. Vlasov is not close in GC anymore, he's on 5 minutes. We've got Hindley all the way at the back. When it comes to UAE, Ayuso is gone, Almeida is gone, Adam Yates, I can't even see him anymore, he's that far back. Jorgensen, gone, so I think we should celebrate that because right now, we're in top 10 quite securely, and I'm gonna fight for that top 5, and afterwards, I'm gonna try and fight for that podium, if that is possible. Anyway, that brings us to the end of this first episode of our Tour de France 2024 playthrough on Pro Cycling Manager 2024. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!